And this all coming as the world is waiting to see how Israel will respond to what was the deadliest cross-border incident in months of exchanges of fire between its forces and the Lebanese Shia militant group Hezbollah. 12 teenagers and children were killed in an Arab Druze town last weekend in the annexed Golan Heights after a rocket attack believed to be fired by Hezbollah. There are fears that this attack could result in an all-out regional war. In the meantime, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu visited the location.
These children are our children. They are the children of us all. The state of Israel cannot and will not let it pass. A response will come, and it will be severe.
And joining me now is Simon Mabon, a Middle East specialist at the UK's Lancaster University. Simon, thank you for your time. When it comes to a regional war, both sides resemble America and Russia during the Cold War, as in there's always the threat, but neither Israel or Hezbollah really want an all-out war, do they?
No, they don't. I don't think anyone wants an all-out war. The devastation of that would be catastrophic. The repercussions of it would be huge. It runs the risk of pulling in lots of different states in the region, the neighboring states, other militias that are operating across the region. It runs the risk of involving the US, the UK, and many others. So nobody wants this to escalate. There is a lot of diplomatic pressure being put on all sides to ensure that things do not escalate right now. But I don't think either the Israelis nor Hezbollah, and certainly not others in Lebanon, want to see this escalating further.
Do you think that rocket was actually aimed for Majal Sham, or was it an accident?
Well, I can't imagine that anyone would deliberately target children. I think it's a truly abhorrent thing to do. Whether they deliberately targeted what they see as an occupied village in the Golan Heights, I'm not sure, because Hezbollah is ultimately denying that it was them. They are denying that they were involved in this. But it seems pretty clear that the Israelis believe it was Hezbollah. So it's a bit of a tricky one.
So with this in mind, where does this leave Israel in terms of options?
Well, we know that Benjamin Netanyahu has been given the right to take the call as to what the appropriate response will and should be. So, given everything that we know about Mr. Netanyahu, he takes a very strong, firm stance against any type of terror attacks. He protects Israeli lives, and that suggests that there will be a firm response against Hezbollah. But we've already seen types of responses against Hezbollah attacks against Israel. So it risks increasing this tit-for-tat escalation that we've been seeing in the months since the October 7 attacks and what's happened in Gaza. So I worry that this will contribute to an increase, not necessarily a dramatic regional conflict, but it will certainly have a vociferous and firm response that will devastate the lives of ordinary people in Lebanon, which runs the risk of then having a knock-on impact in Israel. So there has to be some type of diplomatic solution here, because this cannot continue in the way that it's going.